know, I look a mess, and that's fine. But I'm definitely cleaning my room. COVID has changed a lot of things for us. We have no idea what we're going to be doing, how we're going to be doing it. We don't know anything. But we've got a lot to figure out. So we've got to figure out where the desks are going to go, how many spaces are going to be between them. Are we going to be able to have soft surfaces? Yes or no? Are we going to be able to have a carpet? Are we going to be able to have a library? Are we going to be able to do anything? So it's really saddening. I mean, this is what we have. It's really sad. It's really upsetting. I mean, the desk, that's all we have. I mean, so far we're allowed to have decorations, but we don't know what we're going to teach yet because we don't know how many kids we're going to have. We don't know who's coming back to school. We have no idea what anything's going to do. So it's really just up in the air, which is hard for teachers because we're so used to being able to plan and decide what we're going to do before we do it. And look at my closet. It's a hot mess. But it's going to be fun. We're going to make the best of it. We're going to do what we have to do. It's going to be amazing. Please excuse my crusty dustiness. But it's going to be great. So I'm probably just going to spend the rest of today cleaning, organizing, getting the room together. And then when I finally have my backdrop and everything together, then I'll be able to make a great video for you guys. But as for now, you just get my classroom and my crustiness as what we got. And peep Elmo in the back. Hey, Elmo. So I'm going to get this done. I'm probably going to insert some clips of me cleaning and organizing, and I'm probably going to answer some questions in a little bit. This video is probably going to go over the course of a few days because we have to come every day to clean up just a little bit. So I'm probably going to get a little bit done every day, and then I'll just update you guys. So see you in a minute. Hey guys, day 3 of cleaning up the room. I have a lot of stuff together now. I actually have all of my items put up, except for maybe 1 or 2 things. So I'm gonna just give you guys a sneak peek or a little preview because I haven't decorated anything yet, but I'm not gonna decorate yet. Ooh, it's a little shiny. But I'm not going to decorate yet. What I am going to do is I'm going to have a completely different video for when I decorate, when I do my room decor, so that I can show you guys that. For now, all I am going to say is I have a Monsters theme, and I'll be able to show you guys that at a later date. But as of right now, all I have is the desk out, and I have my items put on my different shelves, but I don't have any wall decor. I really don't have a place for a lot of things yet because we have to take out a lot of our room for things. We have to take out a lot of surfaces, a lot of shelving, so we have to make do with what we have, and we're going to do the best that we can because that's what teachers do. It is what it is. But I'm going to show you guys what I have completed so far, and that'll probably be the end of this. Of course, I'm going to come back and I'll sign off in a little while, but I'm just going to show you the room, and then we'll go from there. So this is my student center. It didn't used to be over here, but because we have to have the desk so far, this was the only space that it could fit. In this center, the kids usually just have all of their items so that they can be responsible for their own stuff, so that I don't have to do it. So for the one we have right here, their absent work, goes here. So when they're, if it lets you see it, we've got, let's see, this one says August, and then they go all the way back to May. What happens is when they're not here, I just put their work inside of those pockets, and then they know when they're not here to come and get it. Usually right here would be a calendar, like one of those big desk calendars, and it would have like the name of the student that wasn't here on which day. So whatever day they weren't here, their name would be on that calendar to be right there, and then their work would be in here. Down here we have the scissors bucket. So there's nothing but scissors in there. We have highlighters, they're in little packs. Color pencils, they used to be together, but when the kids kind of messed them up, I just left them loose. So they're just in there as you find them. The same with the crayons. Glue sticks, we ran through like water, so I definitely had to get a bunch of those. And I don't have any index cards in there yet because they're still packed up in my boxes, but they are coming. Over here we have the headphone container. It says headphones. Each child has their own headphones, so I had them individually boxed, which is why I stopped using the pocket chart. So I had them individually boxed because my kids used to travel from class to class, so the whole bucket traveled with them. This, it just depends. I really don't know what this is called. If anybody knows, please comment. But this, I just kind of, depends on what year it is. This year, we might end up being self-contained. So if we are self-contained, I'll use each bucket for a subject, and there'll just be little things in there they need for that. Their interactive notebooks is what goes here. So obviously, I have some cleaning and touch-ups to do with the black. I have spray paint and everything and paint. But they had their interactive notebooks here. So they had one for social studies and two for ELA because that's what I teach. So they had 2 spots for that, 2 spots for one and 1 spot for the next. So there's 3. And then on this shelf used to be behind my desk, but because the kids are gonna need more room for their items since we don't have a lot of room anymore, I put this here for some of their things. So whenever they need anything, it's gonna be here. Like there's clipboards in these top 2 because I do a lot of interactive and floor time and group work, which we might not be able to do now, but I used to. So they all have a clipboard. There's enough for every child to have one so that when we're doing work, they can work anywhere. I love flexible seating, even though again, this year it's really gonna be hard. I keep their paper here, usually it's set to the top. Down here, I have a couple of books they may need for references because I think that with the internet, a lot of our kids don't look up things anymore. They Google them online, should I say. They don't look them up in a book. So it's really helpful because it's one of our standards in 5th grade to teach them how to use a dictionary. So they need to know that they can open a dictionary and that there are going to be a bunch of words in here and how to find them. So that is one skill that they need. In the green and the orange bin, I have no idea what I want to put in there yet, but I'm just going to let it speak to me and we'll just figure it out. I'm also sad because these are all of the books that were in my classroom library, minus those folders, were in my classroom library. I even have coloring books too because sometimes the kids need a break mentally. And now, because of Mrs. Rona, I don't get to use my lovely books because now the kids can't touch them. So I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with my library. I already reused the shelf I had for them, but now I have no idea what I'm gonna do with all of these books. I may give some of them away to kids who don't have any books because a lot of my students are ESOL and their siblings often don't have any books. So I did think about doing that. So while cleaning, I found all my pocket charts that I have so far and I put them all on the wall so you guys could see them. If anybody wants a pocket chart video, just let me know because I have a lot of them and I have a lot of uses for them. So if there's anybody first year, second year, veteran, retiring, sub, anybody that wants to know anything more about these pocket charts, just let me know. I'm probably still going to film a video for them anyway because there are a lot of uses for pocket charts and I have a lot of them. I'm just only going to get more, so I'm probably going to film a separate video for that. But other than that, I'm pretty much done with my room. All right, this is the room. Pretty much done other than decor. We have the globe, hanging out with the hand sanitizer by the door, with the Chromebook card. Of course, my board's in the front, and right now my pocket charts are hanging on it until I figure out where they're gonna go. My desk is over here. I have my degrees up on there. 2 of them working on number 3. Woo-hoo. I have my rolly cart that I love, my binders and stuff go in the back, my desk, and most still hanging out. And then the back of the room, I told you guys already, this is my student center back here. So this is my student center. I love it. It's fantastic. I have my old books from my bookshelf, and then, of course, all the student desks, and then my bulletin boards in the back. And that's my small group table, but we're not going to be able to use it since, Mrs. Rona came. So the boxes on the back are just old supplies from last year. So my students from last year, we left very abruptly. They didn't get to put anything up. So I still have all of their interactive notebooks that I was talking about. So I still have all of them. They're all in here. So hopefully they're going to let them come back and get their items. But if not, then I just have these lovely 2 boxes of items I have to maybe deliver or take to the middle school. Some questions that were asked that I'm going to answer on camera. So the first question that somebody asked was, how is your school dealing with COVID? So we're in a very rural area. So there's just a lot of agriculture, a lot of farming. Everything around here is based on that. So the students can't come if their parents have to go to work in the field some days. I do have some students who don't come to school because they go with their parents to work. So one thing that we had to figure out was, how are we going to get to those kids who live 45 minutes away and don't have any internet access? So one thing that we did do was that we printed out packets. So we had enough packets for every child to have one. We had free breakfast, free lunch, so the kids could come either by bus or their parent could bring them, and when they came, they got their food and a packet. We had the packets available for about a week. We did drop-in and appointments to pick up. So it was a scary time, because as a teacher, of course, we're trying to figure out how can we teach them the best, what can we do, how can we reach them at home, and we just couldn't. There's just nothing else that we could do. So we didn't want to have the other kids who had internet access be way ahead of those that did not, because that's not fair. So we did print out the packets for every student, and some parents did contact us and ask, okay, well, what can my student do to prepare? And we gave them different resources via the internet, or even flashcards or things like that. We did the best that we could there, but we really just did what everybody else did, tried to do the best that we could. We found out we were already on a break during that St. Patrick's Day weekend, and we just never came back. So we had to do the best we could with what we had. And that's all for that one. How will your county start school? So for now, we are going to come back in person, but we are going to delay school a week so that we can make sure that we have all the adequate trainings and the adequate practices and everything, all the kinks worked out, so that when the kids come, everybody is safe, or we're going to be as safe as we can be. Everybody's going to try to be safe. We're going to try to be clean. We're going to try to get them in, teach them, feed them, and get them home without any hiccups or anything like that. So we're just really excited. We are going to have a virtual option, however, so parents are going to be able to decide if they want their kids to go to school via the internet, on a virtual computer, whether it be video or Google Classroom, or if they're going to come in class with us. So we're still waiting to find that out. We don't have all of our numbers yet, so we still have a few weeks before we have to come back to work, and we can figure it out then. The next question says, how do you organize supplies for COVID? Well, as I showed you guys, my student center over here, that's how I usually keep things. I'm going to leave it like this, but when the kids come here, I am going to purchase an additional set of resources for them. So what I'm going to do is they're going to all have their own, and I'm going to show you guys this later, but they're going to have their own bags with their names on them, and that's where the supplies will go. So there's going to be enough room for a notebook, pencils, glue, scissors, all the things that they would need on a day-to-day basis, so they can carry it with them, because what we were told was they're not allowed to share any surfaces. And our technology here is one-to-one, so they don't have to share computers, they don't have to share anything. So we're trying to get everybody their own supplies. The pouches that I was talking about have magnets on the back, actually. So what I'm planning to do is to put all their items in them, and then put them on my board. And as they come in and they sanitize their hands and they get their mask and all those things, pick up your items as well, and then go ahead to your seat. If you're going to breakfast, they go to breakfast and come back, because they have to eat breakfast here in the classroom. So they would go pick it up, and then they would come right back. So that is how I plan to do that. I fidget a lot, so if you see me playing with things, it's just to keep my focus in anything. So the next question says, will your students wear masks? In my county, it's not required for them to wear masks to come back, but I feel like it is such a safety issue personally that I am having my students masks made for them, because it's going to be the difference between me being safe and them being safe. I would much rather them be safe and pay for it out of pocket than take it up to chance and somebody gets sick. So I am getting my students masks made. I'm going to start out with 2 masks per child so that they can wear one today, and then tomorrow when they wear the second one, I can wash, I can have washed the first one. Their names are going to be on those as well so that nobody gets mixed up. They're going to be washed in those individual laundry bags so everybody's stuff is together and it's clean, and, we're all staying safe. And then the last question I was asked was, is staff going to wear a mask? So, again, in our county, masks aren't mandatory for the students and staff, but I'm wearing my mask regardless of what everybody else is doing because I refuse to get sick. I have a baby at home. I refuse for me or my baby or my husband to get sick. No. So I'm going to wear my mask, and I have a few of them. I'm going to get a bunch more made when school starts. But I plan on wearing my mask. They're encouraging staff to wear masks, but it's not mandatory. So there are some people who don't wear one. There's always somebody who doesn't do something, which is fine. But I would rather be safe, and I'd rather my family and these kids and their families be safe. So I'm going to wear my mask faithfully every day, and I'm going to get them a mask to faithfully wear most days, every day. If they don't have one or we somehow forget them, I'm also going to have disposable masks in here because I just want them to be safe. And the best way for us to do that right now is to cover up our faces if we have to, wear a mask if we have to, wash our hands, do what you have to do, because the second you stop doing what you have to do, you're getting somebody else sick, and you're going to make someone else have a problem that they don't have to have because you're being insensitive. Now, that's not to say that I am talking about anybody who does not wear a mask, because it's your own choice. But I would rather be on the safe side when it comes to these children's lives, in my life, in my child's life, in my family's life. So I'd rather all of us be safe than a few of us be safe. So I'm going to get them a mask. My co-workers, I have asked them, they don't know it yet, but I'm probably going to surprise them with a mask. So I do plan on maybe doing that. So I'm probably going to surprise everybody with a mask, and that be my gift to them, because if I'm going to be around them, because I have to, I would love for it to be because they have a mask and we can communicate and things like that. Just a bonus question that I thought about for myself. With these masks on, it's going to be really hard to talk to each other. So one thing I thought about was I'm going to get the little mic that Amazon sells and hook it to my projector or my computer, and get the little mic to sit right here on my shirts when I come to work, or my dresses or whatever, so that I don't have to yell over my mask. Because as we can tell, if you're on the phone and you have you shouldn't be, but let's just say you're on the phone and you have your mask, it's really hard to talk. If you're in the grocery store with your mask on and you need something from the deli department, it's really hard for them to hear you and for you to hear them with that mask on. So I am going to get a little microphone to put here so that I don't have to yell at the kids and they can hear me at a regular tone. I'm also going to get a microphone, like a wireless microphone, and connect it to a Bluetooth speaker. And I'm going to hold it, of course, and I'll be wearing gloves when I hold it, and I'll be holding it, so when they have to answer a question, speaking to the mic, so then it's also going to help with behavior management, because we're going to know whose turn it is to talk. We're not going to have the whole, well, I didn't know it wasn't my turn. Yes, you did, because this person had the mic, or I was holding the mic for them. If they hold it, then I have to include gloves to that situation. So I haven't really worked that part out, but from now, I'm probably going to hold it, and they'll be able to answer questions and talk and things with the mic. If things get better and everything calms down, they'll be able to pass the mic from person to person, so it'll just be called like pass the mic. So whenever your turn is up, everybody might just yell pass the mic, and then you give it to the next person. But if we end up being able to do that, I will of course bring a video back for that. But as of now, that's all I got. This is it. This is the organizing my room because of COVID video, and that's that. So I'll leave you with that. Of course, like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your friends' friends, tell your teacher friends, tell your anybody friends to come and see us. We're here. We're not going anywhere. It's going to be real life, as some say, real talk, real everything. Like, we're not sugarcoating anything. I'm just giving it to you how it is. So, once I get my back job, of course it'll be like, views from the 5th, because 5th grade's here. So, I'll leave you with that. How should I end my video? Well, that's all I got. Tune back in. Teacher turned millionaire. We're on the road to $1 million. We'll talk about it in the get to know me video. See you when you come back.